last one, Darius. I read a tweet just earlier that said, I love this team. This team is fighting hard. What are you showing the fans? What are you showing the league at this point?
We're not just any slouch. You just can't come in Cleveland and just run over us anymore. We're done doing that. Just try to get some more wins, try to get better every day, and just keep competing.
It's a good one. Thanks.
The Cleveland Cavaliers. They're normally at the bottom of the Eastern Conference and are one of the teams you casually say, oh, we got the Cavs tonight. That's a dub. Don't even got to watch the game tonight. But that narrative has changed this season. The Cavs, as of right now, are not a doormat, nor are they an easy dub. When you are playing Cleveland, you better bring it. And if you don't believe me, why don't you ask fans of the Lakers, who they made sweat, the Hornets fans, or even fans of the Raptors. Ask them, are the Cavs sweet? The answer is going to be no. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff has created a culture that right now is working, and the Cavs are 6-4 right now and are in 7th place in the Eastern Conference. While still early in the season, this is a welcome sight, and I'm going to break it down. The Cavs have been impressive in the early season. They're above 500 with one of the tougher schedules in the league early on. They played teams like the Lakers, the Clippers, Nuggets, Hawks, Suns, Blazers, Raptors, Grizzlies, and the Hornets twice. And you know the saying defense travels, right? Well, out of their first 10 games, the Cavs are 10th in the NBA in points allowed, only allowing over 110 points 3 times, holding teams like the Hornets, Suns, Raptors, Blazers, and Clippers under 110 points. How are they doing this, you may ask? Well, one, they don't commit that many fouls. They are number 1 in fouls per game, not in a bad way, in a good way. They only commit 15.5 fouls a game. So that means there aren't too many trips to the free throw line. Secondly, the Cavs have a ton of length in the front court. In their normal starting lineup, they have 3 players that are listed over 6'10". And they're all versatile and switchable. This makes it hard for teams to get easy baskets at the rim, and when you're having to shoot over 7-foot plus wingspans all the time, it definitely will affect you. And compound that with not getting easy looks by going to the free throw line, that equates to a team that is 10th in points allowed. And almost forgot to add, when I said they were versatile and switchable, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley damn near impenetrable. They are damn near impenetrable at the rim, and if you try to drag them out to the 3-point line, they move their feet really well, and they can, if you do beat them, they have the length to recover at the rim or on a pull-up jumper. And one last thing, they do not rank in the top 10 or 15 in any other defensive stat, right? Not in defensive rebounds, not in steals, blocks, none of that. So it's just off the strength of them contesting hella shots. So that's very, very respectable. Let's flip it over to the other side of the floor. Their offensive attack is below pedestrian. I swear to you, it's below pedestrian. They're not a good 3-point shooting team. They shoot the 3 ball at 32.5%, which is 25th in the NBA. However, the Cavs feast on the offensive glass and get a lot of points in the paint. Most of their threes come from their backcourt, and they do have a balanced scoring attack to kind of counterbalance that non-great shooting numbers, right? They have 7. Yes. Yep. I said 7. They have 7. And if you want to count, if you want to round up, you can say 8. They have 7/8 players who are averaging over 10 points a game. That's crazy, bro. You're talking about Evan Mobley, Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, Ricky Rubio, Lauri Markkanen. If you want to count Kevin Love, because he's at 9.9 points per game, you can count him. You got Jared Allen. You got, who else you got? God damn it. You got Jetty Osman. You know what I'm saying? All of those guys are scoring. That's 80 points already right there. So, yeah. That's 80 points right there. And some of their key contributors I want to give a special shout out to. There's 4 guys, right? The head of the scoring attack, Darius Garland. DG has been splendid so far this season. He has a balanced attack and is the only real 3-point threat on the team. He has moves to get penetration and fan out to his teammates for wide open threes, which sometimes they may hit, sometimes they may not. He has also been really, really, really good at finding his bigs, whether that be in pick and roll or in isolation situations. Then, if DG really gets going, he can break his defender down, give him a 1-2 behind the back, step back, or a side step, or in and out boogie. He can give him that too. His floater game is there, his late package is there, and he's an overall great fit for this roster. All right, so let's flip it over from a young guy to a vet. Ricky Rubio. Yes, Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio has been a godsend for this team so far this season. Ricky's a vet who knows how to control the pace of a game and when and where to get his teammates the ball. He's found Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley for easy finishes at the rim, outside of his wizardly passing though. Right? Ricky Rubio has gotten into a scoring bag too. We've seen a little bit of that Olympic Rubio out there with some crazy finishes and some audacious jump shots. And also, the veteran point guard Ricky Rubio is really going to be a plus for this team on and off the floor, right? Because he's still going to contribute for your team and get the guys calmed down, get them orderly, and get everything organized, right? And then he can also, when he comes off the court, he can tell Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, whoever else on the court, who's going on the court, who was on the team, just you do this, I'm going to point this out for you, do this, this, and this, this, and this, and he's going to be great for their development. So, shout out to Ricky Rubio. You've been hooping, bro. Alright now, you know what I'm saying? Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley has been absolutely great in his role in the first 10 games of his career. Right now, he's averaging 13 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, and a block a game. His defensive versatility has been the most publicized part of his game. He can legitimately guard guards and wings with his light feet, long arms, and freakish instincts. He's been a beast in switches and in help defense, disrupting passing lanes and shot attempts. He's also been blocking shots and getting steals too. On the other end, Evan has been solid. He hasn't gotten any of his jumpers to fall as of right now, but he's still having an impact, finishing lobs, cleaning up off misses. But the thing that's been impressed me so far, bro, is his passing. He's made some absolutely sick dimes, and just watch the passes he's making on the screen. Yeah, that's Evan Mobley making those crazy passes, right? And you gotta remember, he's a rookie. Enjoy that. He's only going to get better. Just enjoy that, bro. As soon as he gets stronger, gets a better feel for the game, gets a little bit more wise, he's going to be probably one of the best players in the NBA. So, yeah, shout out to Evan Mobley. He's been hooping too. All right. Now, last but not least of my standouts for the Cavs so far this season, Jarrett Allen. The guy who's been the anchor for this team. Jarrett Allen has been freaking awesome. He's blocking shots, eating boards, finishing at the rim, whether it be lobs, dump offs, or even cuts. Jarrett Allen at the rim converted, and he hit a couple threes. You know what I'm saying? And over his last 3 games, listen to this. Open your ears. Over his last 3 games, Jarrett Allen is averaging 21 points, 16 of them rebounds, 1.7 blocks, and 1 steal per game. And he's doing all that while shooting 67% from the field. Jarrett Allen is a monster. On the defensive end, he's also been a menace. He's always been proficient at guarding the rim. He's also adept at guarding smaller players on switches, namely Damian Lillard at the end of their game earlier this week against the Blazers. He got switched out on him on the last possession of the game. He made Dame take a tough contested fadeaway 3 at the buzzer, and of course it went awry. He's also leading the league in shots contested, by the way. You know who's second on that list? The guy I just talked about before this, Evan Mobley. And one last thing. You remember last year that he was traded for a 2nd-round pick in Dante Exum as a part of the James Harden trade. You know what? I'm going to say it. Jarrett Allen right now is the best player on the Cavaliers right now. And early on, he is worth every single penny of that $100 million contract he signed this summer. The Cavs have seemed to be different this season. I can't see in the future a forecast that the Cavs will make the playoffs or make a run or do anything like that. But they've seen them make a leap as a team, and it's been impressive. And that's why I gave them the spotlight today. Hopefully, they keep up their good play and become a competitor in the Eastern Conference. But that's all I got for y'all. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. That's pretty much it, man. Until next time, stay cozy.